Good morning, class. I am Gineilo Udisite. I will be the first presenter from Group 3, and our topic is Sefalana Group Financial Performance Analysis. With me, I'm with Karisha Mujaki, and Ronald Ngaro. Our agenda items is as follows. We'll start with introduction, going into background, methods of financial analysis, conclusion, and recommendations. As already alluded, our aim is to analyze Sefalana Group financial performance for the years 2023 and 2024. The purpose of this analysis is to provide recommendations to Sefalana Group management, which will assist them in decision making. On the background of Sefalana is one of the largest citizen-owned retail companies in Botswana, with its headquarters in Gaborone. The company started with just 6 small stores, and it has expanded to over 150 stores countrywide as well as internationally. Currently, the company employs around or more than 7,000 workers. As previously alluded, we'll be analyzing Sefalana Group performance. One would wonder, what is financial analysis? Financial analysis, according to Atri and McLeany, it is a comprehensive description of a company's financial performance based on its released statements. There are a wider range of financial types of analysis, which include horizontal analysis, financial ratios, you name it. But the company has adopted comparative financial ratios to analyze these statements. These include your profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, efficiency ratios, you name it. I'll start with liquidity ratios. We use liquidity ratios to assess Sefalana Group's capacity to pay its short-term obligations. But as you can see, in 2024, the current ratio was 1.98, while in 2023 it was 2.24. There's a decline in this ratio, which indicates that the company, sorry about that. Sefalana Group current ratio for both 2023 and 2024, they are above a threshold of 1.5. That is a safe threshold. But there is a decline of 0.2 due to an increase in short-term loans, which increased their current liabilities. Going into the next ratio, still under liquidity, Sefalana Group experienced a below safe threshold of 1.0 for both 2023 and 2024. This indicates that the company is at a risk of not being able to pay its short-term obligations or debts should investors come looking at the doors demanding what is due for them. Sefalana Group, this decline of 0.1 is due to an increase in short-term debts. It increased by roughly about 300,000. So Sefalana is reliant on inventory to settle its short-term debts. These above ratios give a contradicting performance, like using the current ratio indicates that it is liquid, while quick ratio indicates that it is not liquid enough. So going forward, probability ratios and efficiency ratios were considered so that they can unpack Sefalana Group's financial status. I'll hand over to my the next presenter, Mujaki.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Karisha Mujaki. I will walk you through the profitability analysis. Return on capital employed ratio measures how successfully a firm generates sales from capital. That's from Hayes 2025. An increase of 1% in 2024 realized more profit generated in 2024 against capital invested. Uh, Better chance of attracting investors, positively impacted by an exponential increase in sales. Those were the figures mentioned, as you can see them. Outspacing the incremental capital when employed. Then I will also go through the profitable analysis for net profit margin. Net profit assesses financial stability, measures the profit that remains after paying for goods and operating costs. That one from Freedom 2022. In 2024, net profit margin increased to 2.5% from 3.30 in 2023, indicating an increase in profit. That's a good company performance. Improved is linked in provoked cost control, decline in operating costs, and exponential increase in net cash generated from operating activities with those figures presented. Thank you. I'll hand over to my colleague, Mr. Nkabo.
Good morning. Good morning. I will continue our presentation. As a group, we also used efficiency ratios to determine how efficiently Sefalana Group utilized its assets and resources to generate revenue and profit in 2023-2024. We used these ratios to assess various aspects of Sefalana Group, such as the time they took to collect accounts receivables and revenue and profit in 2023. From customers, and convert inventory to cash. Efficiency ratios are important as improvement in efficiency ratio usually translates to improved profitability of a company and vice versa. Efficiency ratios are important as they could be used to compare Sefalana Group and its peers in the same industry to see how they perform against their competitors. There are a number of efficiency ratios that could be used, like the net asset turnover, fixed asset turnover, inventory to sales, and then accounts payable and others. However, for the analysis of Sefalana Group's financial statements, we used two efficiency ratios, being the net asset turnover and the inventory turnover ratios. These ratios gave us a crucial insight about Sefalana Group's operations and their performance. The net asset turnover, this ratio, we used it to measure how efficiently Sefalana Group utilized its net assets to generate sales revenue in the 2 years under review. The net ratio compares Sefalana Group's performance from income statement with the financial health on the balance sheet. The ratio indicates a decline in net asset turnover ratio in 2024, as indicated in 2023 it was standing at 2.6, but then in 2024 it slightly dropped to 2.4. This decline could be indicating an accumulation of assets that were not fully utilized to generate sales. Assets growth could have outpaced sales generation. However, Sefalana Group remained efficient for the years 2023 and 2024. We also used inventory or otherwise known as stock turnover ratio to measure how well Sefalana Group manages its inventory by establishing how often the company sells and replaces its stock within the time given. The inventory turnover ratio indicated that Sefalana Group were able to sell and replace their inventory 7.55 times in 2024, while in 2023 the same items could be replaced 7.60 times. In 2024, Sefalana Group saw a slight decline in the number of times inventory were being sold and replaced. However, the ratio was still significantly high, indicating better inventory management and potentially higher profitability. The decline in 2024 could indicate overstocking, while sales were not moving as fast as they were in 2023. In conclusion, after analyzing Sefalana Group overall financial performance, we concluded that Sefalana Group was profitable and stood a good chance of attracting investors in both 2023 and 2024. The firm efficiently utilizes their assets and properly manages their inventory. Sefalana Group was able to pay short-term debts, though the firm relied on inventory, which could be risky to the business. We therefore made the following recommendations. Based on the liquidity ratio, we recommend that Sefalana explore opportunities for long-term financing and reduce short-term debts. With respect to efficiency ratio, we recommend that they invest in assets that can be quickly utilized to generate revenue. We also recommend that Sefalana Group should consider less costly inventory methods like the just-in-time inventory method to avoid overstocking. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we will invite comments and questions. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good morning once again, Group 4, and thank you for your contribution. Mine is just to give us an example of any asset or diversification that could account for the drop in Sefalana Group net asset turnover in 2024.
Right. If I may, if you look at the net in 2024, there was that slight decrease. This decrease can be attributed to a number of factors. However, the main factor that we picked was that on the 25th of September 2024, Sefalana opened one of their stores in Letakane, which could have, because it was new in the area, they could have been slow to pick up their sales. So we thought that could be one of the reasons why they experienced this decline. Thank you. Any other question? You are happy? Thank you.